Yo, so Fed cut rates today, the 17th of September, 2025, which is 1 year from the time they did the big cut back in 2024. And what did that do? Because I'm getting calls, right? Everybody's like, oh, they cut the rate, they cut the rate. I know I'm locked, but what can you do? Guys, we've been talking about this. We've had this conversation a few times, and the anticipation that we had was it was going to follow a pattern. And what is it doing? Let's take a look at it right here. So we saw the Fed did their cut. It was hovering right here where I'm showing you where my cursor's at, and it skyrocketed up and pulled right back down and fell. Right. So now it's below where it was. So if you've locked it, and I showed this number, this here, I showed some folks who asked me this 101.20, like this has been the average where the interest rates have been settling this last little bit. We're below that average. So if you've locked since the fifth, it's pretty much the same as it has been. We have not, it's actually starting to follow a pattern. Let's look at this pattern, go all the way back here. Last time the Fed cut rates, let me adjust this. So Fed cut rates 1 year ago, September 18th. We are the 17th. So 1 year ago, and what did it do? It went down. When it started going negative, money leaving the bond market. Then it cut again in November 7th, went back down. Not a ton, but not as much as it. But look at that monster decline here. That was significant. The decline from when they cut rates right here to where it was where they cut here, that was a 184-point decline. Right? And its furthest decline was 256 points. So if we have a similar pattern, 256-point decline, look at where we're going to go. Let's look at 256 points. If it did that, I'm not saying it will, but this is where they were. 256 points, that's way down here. Guys, that's down. That's a pretty deep cut, right? So that's possibility between now and November when they're potentially, if they're going to cut in October, November, we don't know. And then they did another cut in December, and look what it did. Massive, massive red candle the day they cut, and it continued to decline as a result. So what do we know? If it follows that pattern, the same pattern it has been following, we're going to see that decline here, meaning rates will go up. So we're just showing what the pattern is. I don't know if it's going to happen that way, but it's starting to follow the pattern. So just letting you guys know, Fed did cut the rates, 0.25%. He talked about the job market, and we have seen the market flip the other direction. Did get a big jump of capital, but then right back out. News started reporting, oh, the rates are going down because the Fed dropped the rate. Guys, it didn't last but maybe 10 minutes, and then all the money started flooding back out of it. So we're following the pattern we thought it would follow. We'll see how it continues. I'll report back to you on Friday.